Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Conrad Washington, D.C. I am Laura Schofield, and I have the distinct pleasure of managing this beautiful hotel. I cannot begin to tell you how delighted and excited we are to welcome you here on the evening of our grand opening. It has been a labor of love opening this hotel, and we're so excited tonight to be able to showcase the hard work of thousands of people who worked on this beautiful work of art. Our owners, Hines and Qatari Diar, have had a vision for this area, knitting together key ingredients to create a neighborhood filled with endless opportunities and experiences with our hotel as a focal point of design, art, and community. Today's traveler wants to engage with the community, and we feel that our hotel will best represent this community with all of our local activations. Tonight, you're being entertained by local musicians and performers, and tonight you'll get to experience the cuisine of the Voltaggio brothers, celebrating the Chesapeake. We envision our hotel being a gathering place for both locals and travelers to the District of Columbia, and we're excited to invite you to explore tonight. But before we do that, it is my great pleasure to introduce the CEO of Hilton, Mr. Chris Nassetta.
All right. How's everybody doing tonight? I told Laura the hardest part of this job is getting everybody's attention, particularly when you're serving them drinks and fabulous food. But we're going to do this. You guys are going to pay a little bit of attention, and then we're going to go back to the fabulous food and drinks. I do want to thank Laura for the kind introduction. I want to welcome everybody for making the time to join us tonight. In so many ways, Hilton this year, the year of 2019, is celebrating milestones. If you didn't know, Hilton in this May is going to turn 100 years old as a company. If you didn't know, Hilton pretty much invented the hospitality business as you know it. Pretty much everything that is done today that we take for granted, somebody did it first, and almost all of it we did. Over the last 100 years, we served 3 billion guests around the world. We had 10 million team members that we gave a line of sight to a better future. We had $1 trillion in economic impact. And in terms of milestones, we're not sort of approaching the 100-year mark and limping over the line. We're in the midst of the most dynamic time in our history. This year, we will grow faster than we've ever grown, opening more than one hotel a day. And as you can see from my lapel pin at Hilton, we were just named about 30 days ago as the #1 great place to work in the United States. We're pretty proud of that. But another really important milestone, and one that we're equally proud of, is the one that we're celebrating tonight. And that's the opening of the Conrad in D.C., what we think is the best new luxury hotel, for that matter, the best luxury hotel in Washington, D.C., and a particularly proud moment for us, given that our world headquarters is here in Washington, D.C., and this is my hometown. I walked these streets in my first jobs trying to figure out how to develop office buildings and hotels. I know every inch of these blocks around us. I met our partner, Bill Alsop. It feels like Bill, when I was 5 years old, I've known him a long time, and we've been working together on this. So I need to say a few thank yous to Bill Alsop and the Hines team and their partner, Qatari Diar. You guys have worked, I think, since 2002 to bring CityCenter to life, and this is sort of the crown jewel, at least from our perspective, in finishing off CityCenter, which is an extraordinary project. Mayor Bowser, to you and the City Council and all of Washington, D.C., none of this would have happened without your vision, so thank you. Laura, to you and your team, bringing a hotel like this to life is an extraordinary amount of work. There's a lot more to come, but this is a real milestone that we would all like to celebrate with you. And to our project team, all of the people in the room that have worked on various aspects of this, all of our corporate team members, a very big thank you from all of us. So the nice thing about a hotel, if you're in the business, you know this. We open our doors and we pretty much never close them. This hotel will outlive every single person in this room and will never close its doors while any of you are alive. It will become a living, breathing, hugely positively impactful part of this community. So, to the Conrad DC, welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the community of Washington, D.C. And I'm going to invite my friend Bill Alsop, my old friend Bill Alsop. We were, as I say, telling stories about our youth, which will not be repeated here tonight.
Thank you, Chris. It's my great pleasure to introduce Sheikh Khalid Al Thani. He's the chairman of Qatari Diar, and Abdullah Al Attiyah, the CEO of Qatari Diar. Qatari Diar is the development arm of the Qatar Investment Authority, the sovereign wealth fund of the state of Qatar. Qatari Diar and Hines are the development partners of the entire city center, the apartments, condominiums, retail, office, and now are concluding in very elegant hotel component, the Conrad Washington, D.C., which we're very proud of, Chris. I've got a quote here from the past that relates to Qatari Diar's involvement in major investment enabled CityCenterDC to achieve the district's original planning objective. And that objective in the city's original request for proposals was, quote, create a unique, truly exceptional, pedestrian-friendly, mixed-use, urban neighborhood with the highest quality and innovation in urban design and architecture. We would not have been able to build this project to the quality it is without Qatari Diar. Sheikh Khalid, Abdullah.
Thank you, Bill, for the introduction. First of all, let me welcome Mr. Hastings Johnson, Vice Chairman, Hines, Mayor of District of Columbia, Muriel Browser. It gives me really a great honor and pleasure to welcome you to the grand opening of Conrad Washington, D.C. This development wouldn't be possible without the true partnership that we have with Hines, a partnership that we honor, a partnership that's with the trust and honesty. This development is phase 2 of the city center in Washington, D.C., which you can say it's the last puzzle of the development in Washington, D.C. This is more of a nucleus. The city center is a nucleus project, which we are working with our partners to repeat it elsewhere, as we have built an excellent relationship over the years. So thank you, Hines, for your trust. Thank you, everybody here from Qatari Diar. I would like to thank also Qatari Diar employees under the leadership of Abdullah Al Attiyah. He made a change in Qatari Diar since he joined Qatari Diar. Thanks for everybody who joined us this evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. Tonight's celebration, I would like to thank all of you for being here today. It's a celebration of that resulted from a 9-year partnership with Hines, Qatari Diar, and the District of Columbia. Since we started working on CityCenterDC in 2010, we have created a unique, truly exceptional, and pedestrian-friendly mixed-use environment. This neighborhood today houses a lot of families, workers, and visitors with incredible retail, hospitality, public spaces which are complemented with our sponsored events, such as the free public art installations, the farmer markets, and the exercise programs. Ladies and gentlemen, CityCenterDC is recognized as first and foremost for the city and for its residents. And at Qatari Diar, we pride ourselves in delivering sustainable real estate. And we are therefore so very proud of what we and our partners have achieved here. I want to personally thank Bill Alsop. Bill from Hines actually been in this project since 2002. His tireless dedication to this work made this project the success that it is today. This project, together with our project in Long Island, New York, marks the stepping stones to a continued long-term strategy for Qatari Diar and confidence in the United States. And we look forward to work with our partners in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here.
I now have the great pleasure of introducing the Mayor of the District of Columbia, Muriel Bowser. Mayor Bowser began her second term in January 2018. She is currently working very hard, and this is a bigger challenge than any of us all have, to accomplish commercial development in the city, access to quality health care, affordable housing, and workforce development for the residents of the District of Columbia. Mayor Bowser.
Well, good evening, everybody. And for everybody visiting us, welcome to the best city in the world. I am very excited, and we all know that in the best city in the world, you have to have a Conrad Hotel. So welcome, Conrad, to Washington, D.C. I am delighted that this hotel is opening in our city and filling a need that we have right here in Center City. You heard from Bill, you heard from Chris, you heard from our friends at the Qatari Diar what a huge investment has been made right here in Center City. We are very proud that more than 20 million people come to visit us each year in Washington, D.C., that our convention center is one of the leading convention centers, that Destination D.C. attracts people from all points in the world to enjoy a great experience in our city. We invite you to learn all about the great things that are happening in Washington, that we are a city, county, state all at once, that we balance our budgets, that we're progressive about attracting people and keeping people and attracting business in Washington, D.C. And this hotel is a fantastic example. I want to thank my economic development team led by Brian Kenner. Please give them a big round of applause for all of the work that they have done. I want to acknowledge our former mayor, Anthony Williams, and his wife who are here. Thank you, Mayor Williams, for being here. I, too, want to thank the team at Hines, led by Bill Alsop, in attracting the great investment from our friends from Qatar, which is huge, and we thank you for that. And I want to thank all of you for recognizing that D.C. is a city definitely on the rise, and we are not your grandfather's Washington. D.C. is indeed a cool city, not just the White House, not just the Congress, but 700,000 wonderful people who live, work, and do business right in our town. Enjoy, everybody. Have a great night.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Mayor Bowser, we could not be more proud of the men and women that have contributed to this hotel from the District of Columbia. Chris, we greatly appreciate all the love and support from the Hilton enterprise. And of course, we would not be here if it were not for our owners, Hines and Qatari Diar. Their vision, their determination, and their thoughtful execution has given this city a luxury hotel we can all be proud of. And here we are to redefine modern luxury in the District of Columbia. So before I invite you at your leisure to explore our hotel, I'm going to ask Shade to come on back on stage, and they are going to be joined by a true treasure of the District of Columbia, the show choir from the Duke Ellington School of the Arts. Please join me in welcoming Shade and Duke Ellington.